this thing a fire, and we're off to the races. Oops. Really excited to try out this brand new Paramotor, and I'm pretty sure we have a fouled spark plug, so we failed to launch because I do not have a spark plug wrench or a spark plug. So I've been pulling on this thing for an hour and a half, hoping to God it'll go, because I think this is probably the nicest evening on record. At least Tucker's getting it. The wing fell behind me and I just looked. The muffler burnt a hole through my wing. Oh no, way down here too? Oh crap. Man, that's not good at all when you see a hole that big. I think that needs to be taken in. What do y'all think about that? Does that need to be taken in? Let a professional do it? Yeah, I think so. Woo-hoo! Jackson is airborne. What do you think,
buddy? Let's see what she does. Wing overs to get started. Go big on the left here. Okay, so there's that. Yeah, it's effortless. It really is. It's weight shift and light pressure. That's all it is.
Dun 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 dun. What is that? That is a broken wrist. Yep, and I've been in this thing for a couple of weeks now. Yep, so I fractured the large bone that runs through my arm, right where it attaches to my hand.
Ever had that desire to fly, or if you've ever dreamt of flying, it is the closest thing you'll ever get to actually feel like you're flying, like a superpower. Just think about it. You run on the ground, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 steps, and you jump into the sky, and you can fly anywhere you want. You're not going to be flying, dragging your feet with a Cessna through the water, through the grass, or through the sand on a beach, and then, you know, 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, up above the clouds.
better off just...
Yeah.
It's quite windy out there. It's not thermal. I was at 2,000 feet and it was dropping me and pitching and...
Really?
Yeah.
When you was there, it was... My heart was sinking a little bit here.
I'm glad I went up because you've got to push the boundaries a little bit, but... And most people would probably think that was nothing. But what we're used to, that was...
Too long.
It was just too... If it was a solid wind, it would have been fine, but it was just dropping me.
So I said it in the past, but going from the 3-blade to the 2-blade in general feels like flying a freaking fighter jet to a World War I biplane. In terms of like sound and vibration, 2-blades in general, now that I've flown the 3-blade so much, it's not that they're bad, it's just that they're so different in terms of the vibration and sound. I feel like a freaking barnstormer, but barnstormer tone is definitely less annoying than the 3-blade Y.
Flying for about 17 minutes, about 2.2 miles away from the runway. At about 24. Into the wind, light breeze.
So you hold it like this, you wrap around the Velcro so it holds on your wrist. I've actually fallen in love with this one. This one is absolutely awesome. To accelerate, just pull your finger down and off you go, let go and it returns nice and easy.
Looks a little nicer than the old boy. Good. This turned out to be an amazing evening.
Yeah, I'm glad we went. I'm glad we flew. Mark, what's up?
You know, it helps out people that don't know anything about
paramotors, especially when they first, see all this stuff. It's like, man, I want to do this. I want to be like Tucker Gott and do wing overs, and I want to do all this cool stuff and barrel rolls and fly to McDonald's. It's a lot more complicated.
All right, on to the next one. This involved myself and another propeller explosion. That's one of the things about flying a paramotor, is that the propeller's behind the engine. So if anything falls off, whether it comes from your pocket or the engine, it's gonna explode your propeller more than likely. In this case, I had modified my paramotor to accept a smoke injector for my smoke system. In this particular case, I kind of rushed the install. I didn't do a good job of doing my riv nut, and it popped out, put the injector through my propeller. I'm on a full climb and bam, I hear an explosion.
Oh, fuck.
All right, so we have 2 new students here. We're going to meet all the students, or hope to. State your name, where are you from, how many flights have you made?
My name is Cynthia Lacote. I am from Montreal, Canada, and I have 10 flights under my belt so far.
A.
A?
A. And what do you use to pull up your glider with? Those are called the...
Risers.
Which lines? The
A's.
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 A.
Nice.
Over here, possibly a familiar face on the tube of you. State your name.
David Greg Anthony Harris. I have
from parts unknown.
England, Canada, all over the place, and I've got 8 flights.
All right.
.900 feet, and the engine just went out.
Oh yeah! Class C clear clouds, baby! Alright, we gotta figure out the path at which to go to get to table. I'm sorry, not table, it's called. Man, I've been having so much fun that I forgot where we're going.
I climbed up to 5,700. You just can't find the tops on a day like this with so much convective activity. Got a transceiver transmission coming in. Can't hear myself talking. So yeah, I shut off the power. I'm gonna come on down. So this is the type of weather report that will keep a Army Black Hawk helicopter from flying, but us on our puny little pieces of fabric and all our stupidity can go fly if we want to. So this is what you'll see, what you might see with thunderstorms in the vicinity. I mean, you might not see much at all. You might actually see thunderstorms, but actually behind this huge cloud near the Texas-Louisiana border, there is a thunderstorm. It's pretty dark. I don't know if you can tell, there's some dark sky way over there. And that's actually in my weather report where they projected it to be around. So that was pretty accurate, but
Boca Grande has a long, rich history. It wasn't always estates and private beaches. In 1885, phosphate was discovered on the banks of the Peace River, just across Charlotte Harbor. You've probably seen my videos flying around the phosphate mines of Central Florida. Phosphate is a valuable mineral used in fertilizers and other products and was in great demand worldwide. At first, the phosphate was carried by barge down the river to Gasparilla Island, where it was loaded into schooners for worldwide transport. In 1905, the construction of a railhead began. At this time, the only buildings on the island were the South Lighthouse and the Assistant Keeper's House on the far south end.
This is the Gulf of Mexico side of Florida, or the west coast.
See if we can do this.
Whoa, a little tougher to get in the seat here. All right. I'll do a pass by. Let me know if everything looks good. Everything feels good. All right, let's go. Woohoo! Wow, first thing I notice is that it is just incredibly smooth.
And presto. So now I'm going to tighten this down. There we go. So now the helmet is attached with.
What happens if your motor cuts out? Or if you run out of gas when you're flying your paramotor, aren't you just gonna fall to your death? And I say, yeah, it's very devastating and tragic. And so I'm gonna show you exactly what happens when your motor cuts out, okay? We're gonna purposely hit the kill switch on 1, 2, 3. Oh my God! Just give me 1 sec here while I stow my throttle. Ah! Oh my!
Guys, I wanted to talk a little bit today about how I got into paramotoring. The first time I became aware of paramotoring was probably many years ago, but I just didn't imagine it was something I would ever do. Kind of like looking at a hang glider. I just didn't know anyone, have a friend or family member or anyone else who was into the sport, and so it just never occurred to me. But of course, along comes YouTube. I watch people who are sailing around the world, and one of those sailors has a past in aviation. A video popped up of course, Tucker Gott flying to McDonald's.
That's too rich on the low needle. If I flip the throttle, this is what it sounds like. So with it too rich, when you blip the throttle, the motor is very crisp.
That's where we were at yesterday. We were talking about going to fly. I said, man, I'm bored of flying out of these airports. I need to go somewhere else. So I decided to call these other 2 airports that are near us and have denied me in the past. Well, yesterday I figured why not try again. So I called again yesterday, and surprisingly, both of them agreed and gave me gate codes. So here's the tips that I'll give you. First of all, be nice. Don't call them with an attitude like, you know, it's I have every right to be there. It's publicly funded. You hear a lot of these guys throwing that in the airport manager's face, and bottom line, it's just going to piss them off. And even though they legally can't tell you no, they could just tell you no and kick you out, and then you have to go get the police involved, or and the police don't know the FAR regulations. You know, it's just.
All right, how's it going, everyone? Brandon here with Ruetsche Flies. We got the wing all laid out, kited for like a minute or two. Got a couple guys in the air. Mike's got a tandem unit going. So we're gonna get up in the air, probably do a little bit of low flying, a little bit of high flying. Not sure what the plan is. Get strapped in here, get clipped in there. We're out. Take you guys along for it. Alrighty guys, we are looking good to take off. Got a little bit of slack in our lines, so we'll go ahead, pull forward. Not a whole lot of wind.
degrees centigrade. That's at the upper limit of what we can survive in this country. We're just not used to it. Most cars are air conditioned, but no houses are. I've never known a house that's air conditioned. I guess they're out there, and there'll be more and more in the future. Mine certainly isn't, put it that way.
This is the first time we're really experiencing Vietnamese culture, and it just hit me all of a sudden, like, how amazing is it that we're here? It's not just about the flying, it's about where the flying takes us, what we get to experience on the ground, the people, the culture.
Really happy, and then you have an engine out. You find that the only place you can come down is on a road, and lo and behold, you landing on the road has just caused an accident. You're going to need insurance.
When I pulled, it wore a groove in here, and it doesn't spin, and it's really just getting tore up. So what I did is I ordered these from the internet. These are number 15. They are all metal. They come in a pack like this, and I don't think they were very much for all of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop off this rivet. There's two of them, one on each side. Rerun this wire, the line through here, and then connect.
And you can come along with me. Yeehaw! Happy birthday to me! And what a beautiful night for it! Yeah, boys! All right, I got a little prize. I got a little surprise.
Hey guys, this is the retractor trike for the SkyMax Paramotor. How the retractor works is once you're in the air, if you want to push the wheel underneath your seat, you have the ability to do that. You simply put your feet out in front of the wheel like this, push it underneath your seat, and now it's as if you have foot launched and your feet are hanging. When you come in for a landing, you simply put your feet behind the pegs, push the trike out, put your feet back on the pegs, come in for a landing.
So I'm the first one in Conway to fly to Denny's on a paramotor. Sweet. Yeah, this. I already know what I want. I want to get a Grand Slam. Real possibilities. Motor. And this is Chris. He's going to